Okay, so last but not least, we have Hoya linearis on either side of my large Hoya obovata. And I love this Hoya obovata because I just love how the leaves are alternate like that with the splash. Really, really fun. Gorgeous plant, big leaves. Again, a little bit of construction dust. I should probably rinse that out. And you got some new growth coming in up there. But let's go ahead and take a peek in the window. And that's what everyone looks like and how they're growing. And this is a south window. Both of these are south windows. Okay, so now let's go over here in the nook, what I call it. Back here is Bantel's Sensation Sansevieria. I love that it's narrow and the white. It's probably one of my favorites. I mean, everything's my favorite. I can't play favorites. And then here's Anthurium Fingers. I got it as just a kind of filler plant, but honestly, it does its job so well that I really, really like it a lot. Super, super easy, cool plant. This is my smaller Silver Sword Philodendron, but it still has some mature leaves. They're just smaller than my other one. And this one puts out a ton of new growth. Both of them do. It's actually surprising how fast growing they are. Here is my Monstera Peru. Also puts out a ton of new growth. I love the smaller monsteras, I think, more so than the larger ones. I love the texture of the leaves on these. They're just really, really neat. And then we got my little rattlesnake right there. This is kind of like a little Calesia corner because it's a little bit lower light. And you have all the others down there. Another Zebrina, Peacock, and then Maranta, I think, right? Red stripe Maranta. And now, are you ready? We're gonna go in and we're gonna see. I keep a lot of my super rare or super young and super loving humidity plants into here. So this might take a while. There's a lot of plants in here, guys. I'm not gonna go through the propagations though, because that'll just take too long. So I'm just gonna show you the plants that that are mine that I'm intending on keeping. Okay, so this is Hoya elliptica, and this one just had some random bouts of scale, so it's not looking the best right now, but it's been a super fast grower for me, and it looks like it's still growing. I don't think this leaf is gonna make it. This leaf doesn't look good, but I'll let the plant decide that. This is my other super large Hoya caudata, and it has a little trouble transitioning, which is why I put it in here. It seems to more or less have stabilized, so I'm just gonna probably keep it in the pink house. This one is huge. I just can't get it all in one frame at all, but really, really pretty, very cool Hoya. This is Hoya Fusco marginata, and this is one that I never thought I would get. It has the dark margins on the leaves, very cool, big, succulent leaves. Very, very awesome. Very, very cool Hoya. All right, this is a hard one to get because he's so, so big. This is my large Hoya melliflua, and I am so in love with this plant. I wish it wasn't in the pink house so I could just admire it every day. This leaf is the newest leaf, and it keeps on getting bigger and bigger, and I'm dying, like absolutely dying. So far, as long as I keep it in here, I mean, I'm sure the other one's not in here, so I'm sure this one would do well outside the pink house as well, but it just loves it so much in there that I'm keeping it in there. This stunner of a leaf belongs to Hoya meredithii, and this one was a little bit of a slow grower. It still is pretty much a slow grower, but so pretty. I'm willing to be patient. Here is my albo. It's just leaf, single node. Not holding out too much hope for it, but hopefully it will do well. Thankfully it was a trade, but I think I'm gonna transfer it actually into the leca and see how it does there. All right, some of these are too big to capture. This is Hoya Kiki, and she's huge and awesome and gorgeous. Just take my word for it. So that's level 2, and the ones I just showed you are up there in the front. But most of these are propagations, and then this is where all the other ones live down there. And next, we are going to tackle this level, which is super fun and super cool. But first, I need dinner. All right, now we're gonna adjust the camera a little bit more. There we go. Isn't that the most beautiful plant shelf you've ever seen? Okay, let's start going through these guys. This one I believe is Hoya memoria. I'm not sure. I got in a box of cuttings, and I have no idea what percentage I am, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is, memoria. and it has a new growth is the cutting that I rooted. This is Hoya endalensis. This is the one that I always expect to just look in here and be dead, but so far it's not. Doug Chamberlain of Vermont Hoyas, he's like the Hoya guru, and he says this one is really hard and a challenge. And for some reason I just expect it to just die. But they put out these 2 new leaves, and it has some new ones coming out there. So far so good. This one is Hoya David Kumanyaga, or Kumanyagi, I always forget what it's called. And I stupidly had it in the wrong environment, and it didn't do well, so one cutting died. This is the one that's left, and it seems to be doing okay. Probably need to stake it or something so it stays more upright. But I moved it into the pink house to give it a little bit of some help. Come on, work with me, camera. Hoya Macrantha. Is this Macrantha? Now I'm second guessing myself. I'm pretty sure it's Macrantha. It finally is putting out new growth. This guy's the slowest grower in the whole entire world. I probably should read up to see if it likes being in a greenhouse environment. Maybe it's a cooler growing one, and I've been forcing it to be in something it doesn't want to be this entire time. But yeah, so I'm gonna go research it. But it is pushing out this new growth, so it can't be all that bad. Here's Hoya Deckii, and this one's been putting out a lot of new leaves. I think it's put out 2 since I've gotten it. Interestingly, all on the other side, there's a new leaf coming in there, so hopefully it'll continue to fill out. That would be nice. Here is Hoya Mindorensis Red. It's been kind of a slow grower, but it seems to be starting to take off right now. There's a new leaf coming in there, a new shoot and new shoots, so hopefully it'll start to do more. Here is Hoya Sarawak, and this was a trade. This needs to come out of the pink house. So it's putting out all these crazy roots, and then there's a new leaf there and a new leaf there coming in. But it's one of the big leaf Hoyas, and as we know, big leaves are my favorite. But when the plant's doing so well in one environment, I'm always a little hesitant to take it out. So honestly, it's probably gonna stay in the pink house. And now this really cool creature is Begonia amphioxus. I got this as a cutting from the Plant Shack, which is a local place. Oh, look at that big giant leaf. I just love. And so, it was funny, I used to hate begonias, and now I might like them. And this one just looks like something out of Dr. Seuss. I just love this thing. But these guys are terrarium plants. I don't have a terrarium, but I have the pink house, so that's where it lives. And it's been putting out a ton of growth. It's so happy in there. Now, this one I'm kind of proud of, because I got this Hoya Cortesii, and as soon as I got it, it just died. It hated me no matter where I put it. It just yellowed and shriveled and just did very dramatic death. And so my friend James said, oh, why don't you take cuttings and try propagating it? And I was like, oh my god, that's so terrifying. This is back when I was really scared to do it, but what did I have to lose? The plant was dying anyway. So I did, and this is the results. The cuttings are growing like absolute mad, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's really fun, it's really cute, and it's starting to get really full. So yes, if you are worried about your Hoyas dying, hurry up, take cuttings. I am finding that when I do that, it comes back stronger. Alright, this is one of my favorite Hoyas. I know I said that for almost every single one, but this is Velosa. I love how it's growing in this sort of pinwheel type thing, and it's been putting out these absolutely amazing, stunning leaves. Have you ever seen a prettier Hoya? I don't think so, because this is it right here. And I just noticed that it's starting to put out a new growth, and I love it, and it's amazing, and it's gorgeous, and I'm gonna stop because I could just talk about this plant all day. It's so pretty. All right, here is one of the really cool Hoyas of the moment right now. This is Hoya orangutan, and I got this, I can't remember how long ago, for a while ago, but look at that new growth that it's pushing out. It has the prettiest leaves, isn't that cool? So yeah, like I said, it's gonna be staying in there because it seems to be very happy. This one I think is Fitchy. I could be wrong, could be Morelli, but likewise did a whole bunch of nothing, but now it's really starting to take off, and it has some really gorgeous veination on the leaves. I think I might try. The problem is, I don't want it potted up because it doesn't really need to go in a bigger pot. And it's kind of hard to fit a trellis in these small pots, so I gotta figure out what to do. And if you have any suggestions, let me know, because I don't want to pot it up, but it's time for it to be trained onto something. Alright, so this one is Hoya McGilvery. It's a really hard one to pronounce, but this one was doing fine outside of the pink house, but it wasn't really growing or doing anything, and it's still not really growing or doing anything, but it is putting out some new roots, which tells me that it's probably a little happier in there, so I'm just gonna probably keep it in there for a little bit. And you see it kind of dripping. That's because there's water on the bottom, not because these are like sopping wet, although this one is. This is Hoya Kumanyaga. I always forget it's a gi or a ga, but whatever. This one was just a cutting. It was just that big, and now it's that big. Super, super big and super, super happy. Here is variegated Bella. Absolutely gorgeous plant. I mean, Bella is such a dainty, beautiful plant anyway, but the variegated version, even more so. This one has been a very, very, very steady grower for me, and it really likes it in here, so it stays in there for now. And this is Hoya fungii, and I learned about this one from Betsy Begonia, who's my favorite YouTuber of all time. And fungii is awesome because these leaves are so fuzzy, they feel like velvet, and they have really cool veniation. This one's been growing a ton recently. It's super, super happy, which makes me super, super happy because I love it. Look at the pretty plant. Okay, so this is one that I'm super, super excited about. This is Hoya Finlaysonii Sirkin, and I got this as a cutting, and this cutting took forever for me to root. Absolutely forever. And I honestly was ready to give up on it a few times, but I did not. And I'm so happy I didn't, because look at this amazing leaf. This leaf is like almost as big as my hand, and it's gorgeous. And now it's putting out this new shoot. So don't give up on your Hoyas, because you could get something absolutely gorgeous like this. This is Hoya Gudungaring, and I just noticed as I pulled it out that there's a tiny little growth point right there, which is awesome. I'm so excited. The Finlaysonii types have been really slow growers for me, so the fact that this one's already pushing out new growth, even though I just got it, makes me so, 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 so happy, and I need to wipe the leaves, so I'm gonna do that after I finish filming. It's gonna be on my to-do list. Let's do that. Alright, so here is one of the hot Hoyas of the moment. This is Houseplant variegata, and I have 4 little pots of these. I'm just going to show you one because they all look exactly the same. And we already don't need to make it longer than it already is. So at some point when I have time, I'm going to combine 4 of these into one pot. This is another Finlaysonii type Hoya, and this one was a cutting with just 2 or 3 leaves, and it finally put out this new leaf right here, which is stunning. I think the Finlaysonii types, all right, I'm gonna stop saying things are my favorite because I just like them all. But it looks like it might be pushing out some new growth. Again, I find these guys to be really, really slow. And this is one of my little weirdo orchids I got at the orchid show this year. It's the only orchid I got at the orchid show, and I'm very proud of myself that that's it, because I'm kind of debating just moving away from orchids because I don't find them as fun as Hoyas. But I love the structure and the leaves on this one. And here is one of my favorite plants of all time, because all of them are my favorite. These leaves are already turning green. They were just yellow a couple days ago. But don't worry guys, there's another leaf right behind. This guy lobs this pink house. And that's why I put a ton of the mite predators in there, because I don't want it to get spider mites like my other one, because they're just so pretty. I love it. I don't know if I should take it out, but since it's doing so well, you know, we don't change it. And it's the same with this one. Here is the ever so stunning Burl Marks Fantasy, and oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that new leaf that just came in. Oh my gosh. Have you ever seen a new leaf that's as gorgeous as that one? I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh my god, I can't stand it. All right. So I think that's it. That's all the plants in the pink house. And now I'm going to show you the rest of the plant room. And then we're going to go upstairs to the rest of my... This is going to be a really long video. I'm so sorry, you guys.